So we've all seen and read the facts around data volume increasing significantly, as well as the types of data. And all of this is also in addition to the increased risk that's coming from the use of data from either privacy or security or ethics. So really the time is now to look at how the data is being managed and manage it in a totally different way. While many companies know that managing their data is important and they aspire to be data-driven, the reality is that they're not there yet. This was validated by a recent Harvard Business Review survey that was done of over 60 executives. And we also found from this survey that these executives say it's not the technology that's hard. They know how to get that done. It's really the process and the people that it takes to change the behaviors around data. And so why is this so? In my experience, there are three big data myths that influence how companies view their data management programs. The first myth is that data issues are IT issues, and that couldn't be more wrong. Data issues can possibly stem from some technology problems, but most often than not, it's not technology, it's the process, it's the people. The second myth is one in project deployment. I hear oftentimes, well, we cleaned the data during the project, it must still be good. But of course, that's wrong as well, as data decays at a constant rate. And yes, having it right at deployment is a good first step, but how are you going to maintain the data quality? That requires a capability to be built as part of your data strategy. And last myth is the statement, all data is the same. And data quality means the same thing to all processes. And of course, that's not right as well, as every process has different demands on the data. And not all data is the same. There are some data that's more critical to a business process than others for which the data quality has to be best. So those are the reasons why we keep getting in our way and not having the right data strategy. So as an example, within our own situation at SAP, when we were looking at what's the most important customer data that we wanted to manage, we identified 30 fields, not the 200 fields that you can put in a customer record. Those 30 fields were the highest impact fields to the business processes that they supported. So while these myths have existed and certainly has made the whole idea of data management a misunderstood challenge, we have some new requirements. The digitization era has arrived, and companies now are digitizing their processes, which means they're going to need a lot more data and a lot more data of high quality and in real time. Whether they're digitizing their customer experiences, their employee experiences, whether they're trying to use predictive analytics, whether they're trying to automate processes, all of these are what I call data-rich initiatives. And so while we could get by in the past with data quality remediation in the back office and as a separate task, we can't do it any longer. And of course, that also then requires us to look at data management in a totally different way and to address that as part of our data strategy. So let's use as an example our own company within SAP and how we started to develop a business outcome-driven data strategy. In 2009, we had our first acquisition. The company was changing its business strategy to become a cloud company powered by HANA and not to depend as much on licensed revenue. That also meant that we had to grow through acquisition, but we weren't ready from the data side for those acquisitions. And that caused a tremendous issue within our processes and our systems. That forced us to look at our data approach from being reactive and siloed into having an enterprise data program with a data strategy that was business outcome driven. And we had to then create business capabilities for mergers and acquisitions. And without that strategy in place, the company could not have gone on to then have many more acquisitions and to do it in the way in which we've done it more successfully.